Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Herald what your mother said, read the books your father read, trying to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you, others take a different view. My, oh my, yeah, yeah. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Time asks no questions, it goes on without you, leaving you behind if you can stand the pace. The world keeps on spinning, can't stop it if you try to. The best part is danger staring you in the face. Whoa. Remember, listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. My, oh my, eh, eh, eh. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Got to be bold, got to be bad, got to be wise, don't ever sad. Got to be hard, not too hard. All I know is love will save the day. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser.
Hi and welcome. I'm Gretchen Mowney, they, she, and I'm the UUA's Accessibility Resource Coordinator, zooming in from Columbia, Missouri. I am a disabled white elder millennial with short blue hair, wearing a couple pairs of headphones, some rainbow chalice earrings, and a black cotton gauze dress. To increase accessibility, we have employed CART, a human captioner, and you can access these captions through Zoom's own caption options. We will also be describing visual elements throughout the program. If you have any access needs that aren't being met, we want to know. Please direct them to our tech manager, Wendy Warwick, via the chat, or if the chat isn't accessible to you, you can use the raise hand button, that Alt-Y for PC or Option-Y for Mac, or the raise hand button itself, and we'll call on you to tell us what you need and how we can help. This meeting is being recorded for use. as an accessibility resource, and the recording and transcript will be made available in the coming weeks. A final note, please know that it is always okay to turn off your camera or leave the meeting space at any time. It's also okay to show up however you are able. This includes lying down, moving around, fidgeting, and more. However you show up, whoever you are beloved and welcome here. Our opening words and chalice writing are by the Reverend Julian Jamaica Soto. In this community, we hold hope close. We don't always know what comes next, but that cannot dissuade us. We don't always know just what to do, but that will not mean that we are lost in the wilderness. We rely on the certainty beneath the foundation of our values and ethics. We are the people who return to love like North Star and to the truth that we are greater together than we are alone. Our hope does not live in some glimmer of an indistinct future. Rather, we know the way to the world of which we dream, and by covenant and the movement forward of one right action and the next, we know that one day we will arrive at home. Our chalice is now lit. Our opening song today is Come, Come, Whoever You Are, performed by the Oakland Chancel Choir. The video will show many sizes and shapes and colors of doors, all of which are open and welcoming you in.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, lover of living, ours is no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come.
Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshipper, whoever you leading, causes through caravan hour is standing, causes no passion and hour is living, causes no passion and hour is standing, causes no passion and hour is living, causes no passion and hour is standing, causes no passion and hour is living, causes no passion and hour is standing, causes no passion and hour is living, causes no passion and hour is standing, causes no passion and hour is living, causes no passion and hour is living, causes no caravan of despair. Come, yet again come.
This is Gretchen again, and I am so happy to welcome you to our March Uplift Access resource webinar. These monthly lunchtime learning sessions provide lay leaders and religious professionals an opportunity to learn about an array of topics regarding accessibility, inclusion, and disability justice, and how to employ that information into their work within Unitarian Universalism. As Unitarian Universalists, we affirm the inherent worth and dignity of all people, but we don't always know what that looks like in action. We are called to dismantle forms of oppression in ourselves and in our institutions, but we don't always know how. Through presentations on acceptable practices, dismantling systemic ableism, and by highlighting the disabled UU experience, we aspire to equip you with the knowledge and the tools to live these values out loud when it comes to our disabled siblings. This month, we're talking about MS, or multiple sclerosis, and how we can be more inclusive of beloveds with fluctuating disabilities and chronic illness, as their access needs can change from day to day and week to week. According to the National MS Society, almost 1 million people in the United States have the condition, and they estimate that the number grows to 2.8 million worldwide. Earlier this month, I asked my friend and fellow UUCC, that's the Unitarian Universalist Church of Columbia, Missouri, fellow congregant Kaeden Ensign Bedford, if he'd be willing to share a bit about his experience with MS, and I'm grateful he said yes. Kaeden Ensign Bedford, who uses he, him pronouns, has been a member of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Columbia, Missouri since 2007. He has held many leadership roles within the congregation and has been well led by his vote. Currently, he is involved in Chalice Circle, Sunday services, mutual aid endeavors, and the LGBTQ plus collective. He had a 30-year career in childcare and education across Missouri and Wisconsin until the disability progression caused him to stop working. These days, you'll catch him starting an e-business. And here's our conversation. This is Gretchen Mounty, and my pronouns are they and she. Today, I am wearing a black t-shirt that says Love Wins. It's got the words in rainbow colors. My hair is in various shades of blue. It's about chin length. Got a couple pairs of headphones in. And I meant to get a multiple sclerosis t-shirt for March, but I couldn't get one in time. So in honor of MS Awareness Month, I have an orange headband on, and there's some orange in the words of my t-shirt. And I'm so happy to be here today with um, a friend, a fellow congregant at my own church, uh, Kaeden. Kaeden, would you start by sharing some things with us that you'd like us to know about you, including a visual description and any identities or affinities you'd like to share?
Sure. My name is Kaeden Levi Ensign Bedford, and I am wearing a aqua-colored button-down shirt that has cacti all over it. I don't any longer have any orange MS shirts. I just don't. Uh, and I have some brown glasses on. I am a white male, transgender male, with closely shaven hair that is balding, and a something that's trying to be a goatee, but it won't connect. Salt and pepper, facial hair, and that's really all there is to my physical description today. Uh, Affinities, let's see. My spouse and I have been married for 25 years. Uh, and well, not married, but together for 25 years. Couldn't legally get married for most of that, but we are legally married, and thank you, Iowa. And we've been together through some hard times and some good times. MS being one of our challenges we've been through. Um, and you can commonly find us outside in the garden during the spring and summer. Uh, and we have three dogs that are very important to us. The number one that's important to me is Rosie. She's a pit mix that really, she keeps me alive. She keeps me happy. She keeps me well taken care of, and she does not even have to ask for a cookie. And then I have a 17-pound old rat terrier that's curmudgeonly, and a new puppy that is intended to be my spouse's service dog, and also a wonderful family dog. Um, and that's really all about me.
Awesome. Now, I mentioned that you're a fellow UU at our congregation here in Columbia, Missouri. Have you attended many UU congregations?
Just a couple. I went to uh, it's funny. MS brought me to UU churches. Uh, I decided after I was diagnosed that, I just needed to go back to church. I don't know why, but I just thought I needed some connection. So there was a church on the corner in Milwaukee where I was living at the time. Uh, it was the first Unitarian church in Milwaukee, and it was on the corner of uh, Brady Street and on the east side of Milwaukee, real trendy, and it was wonderful. We went and it was great. And then I went to Smooch for a while. That's Shawnee Mission UU Church, and did that for just a little bit. And I am here at the UU Church, and this is my favorite one so far because I've spent the longest here. And I know so many wonderful people.
Were the churches you attended very different from each other?
Yes, yes. The one in Milwaukee was really formal. It was a stone church, like the traditional churchy church. Uh, Not like inside, but the physical church was a formal church. Smooch was just like uh, our church here at in Columbia. I mean, it was pretty much just a stamp. uh, and Reverend Rose there is really just a lot like Reverend Molly. Uh, but the church in Milwaukee was much different. Very nice people, very nice people, but just a lot different.
What are your favorite parts of church life?
I love going to service. I love being able to log on and go to service virtually. And I hate that we lost so many wonderful people and lost so much of ourselves during COVID. But it really made us step up the game in having virtual services and virtual programs. Um, and so I like that a lot about our church. Uh, I got lost here. What was I answering?
Yeah, your
Um,
favorite parts about church life.
favorite parts about church life. Sorry. Uh, anyway, I like chalice circles, and I'm a part of the LGBTQ uh, collective at church. And it's just a few of us that are getting it going, and hopefully, how that goes. A few people really working hard to make something go, and we're just at the beginning of that. So I like that.
Awesome. Very cool.
Oh, and
So,
potlucks. Potlucks always.
yeah, what do you like about potlucks?
uh Sitting and talking to people and getting to know people that I may not know already, and eating the food and enjoying different tastes, and really just sitting down and having a family meal with people.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. I've met
Mm-hmm.
some of my best friends via potlucks.
Yes, yes.
So, as I mentioned when I introduced myself, March is Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. And I was wondering if you would tell us a little bit about your experience with MS.
Yeah, it's long and storied. Um, MS is a demyelinating disease, which means it just your immune system eats at your or fights your own uh, central nervous system. And so I've been having that process probably since high school.
Mm,
And so your first MRI is really scary, but you get used to them, and I've had one every year since I don't even know when that was. 2004. 2004. I've had one at least once a year since 2004. So that's a lot of MRIs. Um, I didn't have many choices as far as drugs, like treatments go. Whenever I was first diagnosed, there was like three or four drugs, and that was it. And, you know, only one didn't make you feel sick. And so when you took the others would make you feel like you had the flu for a few days.
mm,
And the one I chose, Capaxone, didn't make you feel that way, but you had to give yourself a shot every day.
mm,
And it was rough. And eventually I had so much scar tissue, I had to go on Gilenya, which was a pill, and that caused me to have a very reduced white blood cell count. So I had to go off of that. Right now, I'm not on anything.
mm,
And I'm just finishing up an exacerbation right now.
mm,
Uh, what it does right now to me is when I have an exacerbation, I have a lot of fatigue, and my muscles will be spastic, and they will just hold on, or they'll work, like the muscles will just constantly work. And so that causes pain. Um, and anyway, stress causes a lot of triggering factors for that. Um, I my diagnosing uh, my diagnosing exacerbation was caused whenever I failed my graduate capstone.
mm.
And just the next day, my body revolted, just like boom, ah. So uh, now, you know, it, I've, after so many years, my body is really slowed down. I was once really vibrant, and I mean I still am, but I I could really do some physical stuff, and I just really can't anymore.
Mm.
I used to be a supervisor for a before and after school program, and eventually I just couldn't do it anymore,
Mm.
and I had to quit. And I mean, there was some other factors in that with my transgender status, um, but I ended up having to ultimately quit everything because of MS. Um, and Anyway, let me get back on track here. At the beginning, I was sad because I had a debilitating disease, but then that turned into bullheadedness, which I'm kind of have a proclivity to having anyway. Uh, but I wasn't gonna let anything do anything to me. But, and I did the walks and I raised the money and I wore the orange and all that stuff. But, eventually I couldn't stop MS.
Mm.
It just happened. Um, and Anyway, I used to put on carnivals for kids and like single-handedly put on a carnival for the kids, and quarterly biscuit and gravy breakfasts and Thanksgiving veggie soup suppers. But then as the years went by, things fell off in my ability to do stuff. Um, but now I'm waiting on SSDI.
Mm.
And it's my education that is keeping me from getting that because they say that I have too much education. I should be able to get a job.
Mm.
Thing is, my education, ironically, is an MS in education. Right.
Of the
So,
irony.
right, right, the irony. Uh, but I'm keeping a positive outlook, and my doctor is on the case. And I would say to anybody that is newly diagnosed, just keep on finding the right doctor for you. I've been through several, but just keep finding the right doctor. So I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, totally. I and thank you for sharing that with us.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've certainly talked about this some already, but I don't know if you want to expand at all. How has having MS changed your abilities, whether physical or um, mental, emotional? I know for
Mm.
me, um, I've got I think most people who've watched my webinars know this, but just I've got blindness that I got when I was in my mid 20s, and I'm autistic and have
Yeah.
also lived with depression. So I know it can affect so many
Mm.
parts of you. Um, so yeah, how has MS affected your abilities?
Well, it's changed a lot, and it's hard to parse out because it's so, I'm sure with you it's so ingrained in everything you do.
Mhm.
You don't even realize part of it. Um, and the first thing I noticed was numbness and tingling. That was the
Mhm.
first thing down in my legs. And I've known since I was in high school that I had something. See, I had mono when I was a young kid, like seventh grade.
Mhm.
And one of my friends said, "Wow, Caden, it's like you just went from mono to MS." And there's some research to show that the Epstein-Barr virus uh, is very common in people with MS. And so And that's what uh, mono is the Epstein-Barr virus.
Mm.
Um, and so anyway, um, just the fatigue. I can deal with the dysfunction, I can deal with that. It's the fatigue. Um, and something that a lot of people aren't aware of with MS is brain fog.
Mm.
That's the biggest thing with me. That's why I keep getting lost in this interview is I wrote it out because I can't, you know. Um, but I have brain fog. It's like I can't keep things straight.
Mm.
Um, but I had my dream job. It paid about 1.5 times what a former job paid.
Mm.
And I wasn't going to be on my feet as much. And I was going to have this wonderful job. And then I lost it in 90 days because I couldn't keep up. I couldn't get, I couldn't learn the new things and I couldn't get out what I already knew. And I just couldn't keep up. It was like my brain was soaked in molasses and trying to do a job that you desperately need and desperately want. And I couldn't do it. Um, so, some would say I was just taken after my father, but he's 80. So, no, I'm not Ralph yet. Um, but that's why I keep referring over here to to my notes. Um, but that's the biggest thing is my legs and my brain.
Yeah.
And it's hard to parse out because I don't even know it, you know? I used to be able to do so many things and I just can't anymore.
Yeah. The work system in our country isn't frequently made for people with disabilities and chronic illness.
Mm-mm. Especially when it changes from day to day.
Yeah.
Because I feel like today I'm pretty sharp. I mean, I get lost in this, but I'm pretty sharp. Yesterday, oh, I was not. Oh, I was not. I was so tired yesterday. But today I feel pretty good.
Yeah, that's gotta keep things interesting.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
to not
It's
know what
like,
you're gonna feel like from day to day.
yeah, thank goodness we didn't do this yesterday. We'd be going in a circle all the time.
Well, that's where pre-recording and being able to do that's amazing because we can work with what works. With
Yes. Yes.
um, so we're talking about abilities and changes um, and so I want to move back into talking about church a little bit and your experience
Yeah.
there in relation to your abilities. So when you think about church buildings, what
Yeah.
in that built environment makes things difficult and what
Mhm.
makes things more accessible for you?
Well, I think of my church of origin, and they had pews. And I remember the older folks and disabled folks having such a hard time
Mm.
getting in and out of those sometimes. And they will not be moved. The pews will not be moved. They are there. And I just remember that being a thing. And I appreciate our chairs at the UUCC because they can move, you know, and
Mm.
if you need it at an angle, you can move it, you know. if you need it to do anything you want it to do, it will do it. The only thing with us is that I am a short man. And I would appreciate shorter chairs. But um, church buildings in general, I really love that we have an elevator now. And I really love that we have handrails and that there isn't anything on the ramp anymore. Um, I remember when that was plugged full, and I always thought that was a bad deal. Um, but I like that. I think of churches with stairs to the pulpit. Last week, if I had been at church and needed to do something at the pulpit,
Hmm.
nope, couldn't have done it. This week, I probably can do it, but last week, no way. So, you know, and understanding that things change from week to week, you know?
Yeah. And even on weeks like today, days like today, I bet when you could do those stairs, possibly having those rails, as you mentioned, is really important.
Yes, the rails and and even the ramp is nice, you
Hmm.
know? I mean, how many people need to use that ramp? I
I
mean,
like
I
that
know a
ramp.
lot of kids use it, but
Yeah,
I know a lot of people use it too. I've seen you use it. I've seen Ruth use it, you know, and then I'm gonna be using it if I ever get back up there for some reason.
that would be awesome. Lay led sermon over the summer, maybe.
Yes, I've thought about it.
Well, speaking of Sunday services, what you've touched on this a little bit, but what makes Sunday services more accessible for you, or what would make them more accessible?
Well, what does make them most accessible, and it's our church has such relationships. And that is the most, I think that's the most accessible thing about our church is the relationships that we have built with one another. Is that relationship. It goes far and above what we've put into the church. It's the relationships we've built with one another to help one another, mutual aid, just the cognizance that there are people of that are different in our church, and then the physical plant of the church, that yes, we put an elevator in, yes, we put in handrails, braille signs, we put in all this, the new carpet for tripping hazards, we did all those things. But the one thing that makes it so much easier for me is just knowing that people are going to help me when I get in there. But yeah, the other stuff goes a long way too, because with that elevator, I'm a free agent downstairs. And what makes that most important, there's more bathrooms downstairs.
Always critical, yes.
Critical.
Um, yeah, and earlier you mentioned the chair sizes. So yeah, that would on Sunday services.
Mhm.
So having movable chairs you said is important, like our church, but also having different sizes or heights of chairs would be good too, right?
Yeah, heights. And then, there's some folks that need bigger chairs or, you know,
Mhm.
there are.
When you think about other parts of church life, but be it the functions downstairs or ministry teams, committees, volunteering, or those
Yeah.
potlucks you mentioned earlier, what are the access barriers you face and what would make them more accessible for you?
I I mentioned the virtualness of certain aspects of the church. I would like to see more, more of it. Everything virtual. Make it all, you know, because I can't make it to things. And and I would like to see the governance of the church perhaps be virtual for the members that are doing that, because I might want to be a part of that at some point, but I can't really do that based on the times
Mm.
because I'm too tired at night. I'm just too tired at night. And I would like to see it be virtual so I can participate at home. I wouldn't mind doing that at some point, but I just can't in its current iteration. I, that kind of thing. Um, let's see, what else did I write down about that? uh, potlucks are great. I love them, like I said, but it's hard to stand in line that long,
Mm.
you
Mhm.
know? And I don't have one of those walkers that I can sit in
Mhm.
because I don't really need that most of the, and maybe I do, but I'm still in denial about that. uh, I, you know, it's hard enough to get me to walk with a cane. So anyway, but I think that's about all I have as far as that. Um, I wish there was more volunteering at home,
Yeah, more volunteer
you know,
opportunities for
because I
virtual.
I gain a lot from church. I wish I could give more from home, you know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
I bet there's other people in other congregations that have disability or chronic
Mm-hmm.
illness that wish that too.
Yeah.
Well, we've reached my final question.
Uh-huh.
Um, is there anything else that you'd like people to know about MS, accessibility, inclusion, or anything else?
Well, the one thing I've learned about slowing down is that I might see something that I hadn't seen before, like a flower or a butterfly on a flower, or I might smell some amazing food being cooked. Um, and just things that I hadn't taken the time to. He's anyway. Um, and so I just want people to know that it's not the end of the world. There's things that you can do that are just wonderful that you didn't notice before, and that even though that you may have mental health challenges, that uh, the relationships at church can help mediate that. Go find somebody, and that's easier said than done. But, go to that potluck and sit with somebody you don't know, which is easier said than done for folks, but just sit down. Um, and for other people, ask me to join in activities. I may say no because I'm too tired, but keep asking me because the next time I may be like this today and I can join in. Um, and that MS isn't a death sentence, and it doesn't have to be uh, a terrible sentence, and it's fine. You're gonna have good medicines, and you know, I it's That's about it.
Awesome. Uh, well, thank you so much for taking the time today to share so much of your lived experience with us. It's so generous of you to share. And I think everyone's going to learn a lot from it. So thank you, Kaeden.
I appreciate that.
We are going to have a short musical break, and then we'll have time to open it up for a few questions and comments for anyone who has any. This next song we're going to share is a favorite of Kaeden's. It's called Sing About It. It's by the Wood Brothers. And the video is going to show 3 mask-presenting white musicians singing, and one is playing an upright bass, another a Gibson guitar, and another one is playing a melodica, and they're on stage with a blue background.
Thank you. If you get to worry, what you ought to do is sing. If you get worried, what you ought to do is sing. If you get worried, what you ought to do is sing. Sing about your trouble, and it just might pass. If you get lost, what you ought to do is sing. If you get lost, what you ought to do is sing. If you get lost, what you ought to do is sing. Sing about your trouble, and it just might pass. Sing about your trouble, and it just might pass. Well, sing about joy, and sing about love, and hope that it lasts. Sing about your trouble, and it just might pass, just might pass. If you get broken, what you ought to do is sing. If you get broken, what you ought to do is sing. If you get broken, what you ought to do is sing. Sing about your trouble, and it just might pass. Sing about your trouble, and it just might pass. Sing about joy, and sing about love, and hope that it lasts. Sing about your trouble, and it just might pass. Yeah, just might pass. It just might pass. Yeah, it just might pass. Well, it just might pass. Yeah. Thank you so much.
We will now open it up to a few questions and comments from the audience. And I believe that Aiden is here as well. So if you have any questions or comments for Caden or for me, please either write them in the chat and Wendy can speak them aloud, or you can come off mute and voice them.
Hi, my name is Jenica, and I use she, her pronouns, and I work for the Unitarian Universalist Association with Gretchen, and I'm in lifespan faith engagement. And as a visual description, I've got my brown hair up in a messy bun today, white skin, orange rimmed glasses, and I'm sitting in my kitchen and I've got a yellow cardigan on. And gosh, I wish I had a question with this because I'd love to talk more about it, but I just wanted to say that concept that relationships are the best access, the most important accessibility tool really, really spoke to me. And um, simultaneously, I guess I also think about the importance of currently able-bodied people, keeping that in mind, and also like what can we as currently able-bodied people do to strengthen those relationships while really honoring and yeah, really honoring the agency and the um, life of the people we're building relationships with.
Yeah, thank you.
I think is just be real, just be human beings to people. Don't treat them special just because they're disabled. Oh, I have to go be friends with them because they're disabled. Just be real with them. Like, I mean, Gretchen and I met not because we're disabled, but because we just met, you know? Um, and my best friends there, we just met because we met, and they support me 100%, you know, in my disability and without my disability. And I think it's just be real with people and meet them where they're at. And, they help me out because they know I'm broke because I haven't got my SSDI. And, one helps me with eggs and, and everybody at service, they're just kind and, you know, I just started walking with a cane, so they're not used to that. So they're still asking, "Oh, are you okay?" And, that kind of thing. But I think just be real with people, not some special concerted effort.
Any other questions or comments?
Amarin wrote in the chat, "Thank you for this presentation."
Awesome. Thanks, Amber.
Yeah, thank you, Amber.
Anything else coming in the chat, Wendy?
No. Would you like to move forward with the next part?
I just like to leave things spacious just in case anyone suddenly has something.
Yeah.
But I just want to thank everyone listening or watching or reading this presentation and for engaging in this work of love and radical welcome today and in the days to come. Thank you so much to Kaeden Ensign Bedford for joining us today and sharing of his lived experience. Thanks to Wendy Eric for managing tech. Thanks to our cart captioner. Our closing song today is You've Got to Find Your People by Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors. And this video is simply going to show a background in a wash of different shades of blue with the lyrics over it in white.
You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel alright, the kind you wanna stay up with all night. You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel whole. They won't leave your side when you lose control. The ones that don't let you lose your soul. You gotta find your people, the ones that get the joke, who understand what you're saying before a word is spoke. You gotta find your people that put the needle in the groove. When you're together, you got nothing to prove. When you're together, you got nothing to lose. In a world full of strangers, you don't know who to trust. All you see is danger, trying to find what you lost. You can't go it alone, everybody needs help. You gotta find your people, then you'll find yourself. You gotta find your people that'll call your bluff, who ride along when the road is rough. You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel equal. They pick you up and don't put you down, help you find your way in the lost and found. In a world full of strangers, you don't know who to trust. All you see is danger, trying to find what you lost. You can't go it alone, everybody needs help. You gotta find your people, then you'll find yourself. The ones that understand you, the ones that lend a hand to you, the ones that don't demand anything from you. You gotta find your people, the ones that make you feel alright, that tell you the truth and wish you well. You gotta find your people, then you'll find yourself. You gotta find your people, then you'll find yourself.
Our next webinar will be on Thursday, April 23rd at same time, 11 a.m. Eastern. And our topic next month is going to be about accessible food, accessible potlucks, and food allergies, accommodating those. Please subscribe to our newsletter, Uplift Access. Stay tuned to what's next. You can visit the link in the chat to subscribe. And if you ever have any questions or any feedback, or anything at all, you can always reach me at accessibility@uua.org. Thanks so much.